Hello, and we are here in a fine Thursday night in El Dorado Hills, California. Oak Ridge Varsity Men's Lacrosse here for you tonight. My name is Murcielago Del Dotto, and joined here with Tristan Barstead. Tristan, how are we doing tonight?
Absolutely fantastic. We are so excited to be back for a lacrosse game here on the Oak Ridge field. We have some returning faces tonight, some players that didn't get to play previously, namely number 30, Brett Roberts for the Oak Ridge Trojans. Excited to see him back on the field. Also, football player. Love to see it.
100% agree. The Oak Ridge Trojans, the home team here tonight, 5-3 record, 3-1 in the SFL in their league play. Both these teams play in the Sierra Foothill League. Nationally, the Trojans are ranked 119, California 28. The Jesuit Marauders coming into town from Sacramento tonight. They're 6-1 overall, 4-1 in league play. That puts them in second, just behind the Whitney Wildcats. Their one and only loss coming just a couple weeks ago, 15-6 loss. Both these teams star-studded with talent. Trojans in white, Marauders in red. 12-minute quarters here for you on Trojan Pride Sports Marketing.
And both of these teams usually red hot. I mean, the Jesuit Marauders, like you just said, just had their first loss on the season in their last game. The Trojans have just won 3 in a row, but the Marauders were winning 6 in a row before that loss. Two very good teams. Great matchup here tonight. Match up very well, actually. They've got a lot of height, a lot of weight, and some physicality to go along with it. This is going to be a long game for both teams.
Yeah, Sacramento's third best team in the region, the Oak Ridge Trojans, the Jesuit, right in front of them at second in the region. Both teams physical, love to play with a little push and a shove, and we've seen it here early tonight. Jesuit on their attacking half, right behind the goal. Movement, but the Trojans' defense is stifling. That one, number 30, Brett Roberts, as Tristan you just talked about. Oh, that one sneaks in. Hold on, we got him in at first goal of the night. Number 9, Sam Kornak.
And the Marauders talk about a hot start, already 1-0 on the Trojans' home turf, sneaking past the defense. This team looks good.
Yeah, they do. They do play up to the Trojans' physicality and speed. The Trojans deciding to go with number 4 today in the goal, Nick Brown. To start, Luke Vermette on the sideline. We'll possibly see him for second half action. Already 1-0. Marauders up early within 2 minutes of the start.
And something interesting to watch for both teams, especially offensively. We saw in the Trojans' last home game, they like to get around the perimeter, kind of find the openings if possible, but they like to play a really dictatorial type of game where they control the tempo, they control everything. But the Marauders, they love to just push as fast as possible. They love to get shots. They love to get them quick. You saw it earlier. They had a great one on the goal, causing it to be 1-0. These teams, very different mindsets. See how that matches up tonight and who can really enforce their tempo the best.
Jesuit, the pass just goes wide. The Trojans are going to be able to scoop that one up. They're going to get possession with just under 9:30 left to go in the first quarter. Number 20 for the Trojans, Joaquin Hudges, checks into the game for the first time tonight. Just about 2.5 minutes into the game, already got a touch on the ball. Now Ryan Conneroli on the other side. And here we go. The Trojans playing their game they always do, as Tristan was just talking about. Slow and methodical. They find their points when they need them. There's a running inside. Decides to back out, switch it around the other side now on the right.
And this is the difference you're going to see between the Jesuit Marauders and their last home game against the Rockland Thunder. Two very different calibers of teams. They are not going to let up that open shot. So you got to play the perimeter real well to be able to open up anything. Trojans so far, the man with the ball is the one that's moving, but pretty stagnant other than that. Everyone just kind of standing around and watching what's going on. Still, though, keeping it around the perimeter, just surveying and watching.
Ryan Conneroli with the ball, dishes it. It's a moving cut inside, a 1-2 step, and that's right in there. Jax Alameda, number 2, Alameda with the first goal for the Oak Ridge Trojans here tonight. Running from the top of the perimeter, a 1-2 step inside, and a finish. Hits the back of the net. It's 1-1. Trojans tie it up early.
Jax Alameda, no stranger to scoring goals. Absolutely fantastic there. Usually the speed and the footwork that gets him inside. There he gets the score. Now 1-1. Talking about the great matchup for both teams. We could see a real nice one here tonight.
Yeah, and both defenses stifling as well. Looking at Jesuit's schedule right now, besides their loss, they've given up 7 or less goals in all of their games. 7 versus St. Francis, 7 given up versus Vista, 2 versus Rockland, 6 versus Folsom, 7 versus Granite Bay, and then their loss coming to Whitney 15-6, and then they follow that up with a 9-7 win versus Del Oro. Their defense stifling, not allowing much on the other team's offensive side. Meanwhile, the Trojans, they've played some tougher matchups, but the ones dominating wins, they won 16-4, 10-7, 12-5. The most recent home game, as Tristan just talked about, 18-2, and their last game, a 15-4 win versus Davis. So both these teams heavy on the offensive and defensive sides. It's going to be a joy to watch here tonight.
Yeah, truly, they just do both well. That's why they're such great teams. Currently occupying Jesuit is currently occupying the second place spot in the SFL. Oak Ridge occupying the third. And Oak Ridge, with a win tonight, would be able to take over that second place spot, sitting just under Whitney, who beat the Marauders.
Oh, he took a big hit. That's number 13, Ty Gonzalez. Gets sit down by one of the Jesuit defenders. Now Jesuit on the other side, breaking loose, and it's saved. What a save, Nick Brown. Jesuit now wins it quickly off of Alameda. Now they reset. Here comes number 19 for the Trojans.
And you see the mentality of wanting to push the tempo, but Oak Ridge is getting physical.
Coaches Trojans screaming to the players on the field. Whistles blow.
And looks like they're pulling number 13, Ty Gonzalez, to the sidelines. Seems to be an injury.
Yeah, he took a shot on that one. Went one-on-one, shoulder-to-shoulder with a Jesuit Marauder defender and instantly hit the ground. We hope that he's okay.
And we were talking about Brett Roberts as a dual sport athlete, both football and lacrosse. Same thing with Ty Gonzalez. Certainly not what you want to see as a sports fan for him to go out.
Marauders number 33, Colin Lee, puts it back in play for Jesuit. Colin, one of the best players on this Marauder team, has 13 goals along with 11 assists on the year. Senior Lee, he's a threat that the Trojans defense got to watch out for.
Just looking like some basketball with stakes out here. Another block by Nick Brown.
Number 7, Dominic Mancinelli on the defensive stand right there for the Trojans. He's playing some nice defense, forced and out of bounds. Jesuit resets, though. They still have the ball.
Jesuit, typically known for cutting through defenses. The Trojans will not permit it. The physicality on this team, nothing to joke about.
Ben Vanderwall in the corner, playing physical defense, throwing sticks. And Jesuit is going to call a timeout, the first timeout of the game we see here with just under 5:30 left to go in the first quarter. As we hit our first intermission, today was opening day of the 2026 March Madness bracket. We've had some close calls. Duke, the 1 seed, most tournaments final, my champion, almost lost to Siena earlier today. Was down 15 or 12 at half, ended up coming back, winning by 6, 71-65. We've had some upsets, though. Number 11, Texas, was able to beat number 6, BYU, just before This game right here kicked off 79-71. Texas was able to grab that one. Number 1 Michigan beat number 16 Howard. Right now we got Georgia and St. Louis. Georgia down 14-9. Currently that's not looking good for me. I had Georgia winning that matchup. Gonzaga, Kennesaw State just tipped off as well. 2-0 is the score there. Idaho and Houston as well, with about 15 minutes left to go in the first half. Illinois and Penn as well. So we've got a lot of games going. We'll check in periodically. March of Madness. First day, though, of March Madness. You could say it's been madness. Last year, some people called it the March of Midness. I don't think we're seeing that this year.
I think March Madness is always crazy. I mean, no matter what happens, it's always going to be fun to watch, no matter if every 1 seed makes it or if every 16th seed makes it. It's always going to be a fun watch.
Agreed. After the Jesuit timeout, we've got 5:20 left in the first quarter clock. 1-1 is the score. Jesuit with the first goal of the game. The Trojans able to get right back on the scoreboard and tie it up just a couple minutes later. And after the timeout, here we are. There's number 33 again. Colin Lee making a defender miss. Gets inside. A spin move.
Great recovery, though.
Wow. He's able to finally get it out to one of his teammates. Now the running shot goes way wide.
That was number 19, Nate K, on the fall over, and just a quick recovery, getting back in there and blocking everything from even going close to the goal.
Play resumes. Trojans playing spectacular defense. They send 2. Now he backs off. They go back to the top. A scoop. Nice spin. Jesuit looking for something. Off the post. From the defensive stand from goalie Nick Brown. Had a little bit help from the post. The Trojans able to stop that one. Now on the other side, there's a swinging shot. And Dominic Mancinelli takes the lead for the Oak Ridge Trojans with 4:15 left to go in the first quarter. Dom Mancinelli able to break open the tie and takes the lead for the blue and gold. Mancinelli getting hyped on the sideline. His boys are there too. We love to see that.
Always got to get your teammates juiced. Dominic Mancinelli will bring it to the sideline and on the field. The score and then celebrating. Absolutely fantastic. Trojans are fired up.
2-1. Merrick Noren able to quickly win that face-off, and now the Trojans right back to where they were just a few 30 seconds ago.
The Trojans looking good so far this game. Again, I was talking about whoever wins this game is going to be the ones that control the tempo. So far, it's been the Trojans. They're able to hold off in the defensive standoffs, and on offense, they're able to get quick looks and then quick passes into the goal. Perhaps a little bit different than their typical strategy, but they are going at it.
That ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a Jesuit possession at about the football 20-yard line. Both teams show substitutions. 33-9 come on for the Marauders, 23-1 for the Trojans. That's a good pass in the middle of the field, finds an open pocket. Now Jesuit number 19, Rhett Kincaid. He's got 6 goals on the year, and he's opened up Jesuit's offensive attack here with about 3:13 to go in the first quarter.
And you're watching the Jesuit mentality switch up a little bit. Still a lot of movement, but they're really staying to that perimeter. Because that's what's going to happen if you go inside.
A body check from number 20, Joaquin Hudges. The Trojans finally able to win the ball. Now they got possession.
And Oak Ridge with the defensive standoff once more. It's the physicality that brings it home. Looks like the Jesuit Marauders were not ready to be facing off against this team. How physical they're getting. Every single time they get the ball, it's just a quick strike. They're either going at it or going straight to the jugular. Look fantastic defensively so far. Still surveying the perimeter on offense. Really controlling this field.
Trojans moving around. Jesuit doubles. Now they switch it over. A running shot with the left-handed push. That one just wide, but Trojans are going to be able to keep possession with 2 minutes to go in the first. Number 3, Eli White. That one bounces high. Now Jax Alameda with 150.
Trojans will still the Marauders will retain possession. Trojans had multiple great defensive stands, especially on the back of their goalie, Nick Brown. See if they can do it here again. The Marauders, other than their first score, have been pretty stagnant on the offensive end.
There's number 33 again, Colin Lee. One of the Marauders' best offensive threats. He's at the top, guarded by Joaquin Hudges. That one running in, just wide.
Now, Merce, I want to know if you noticed this too. I've noticed a little bit of an offensive switch up for the Marauders. They started off with a lot of speed, really wanting to get the inside, and now they're kind of just watching the perimeter and staying outside, still running, but they really don't want to get inside. Do you think it's because of the physicality from the Trojans?
Yeah, well, they're playing very similar to the Trojans' offensive attack, and that could possibly be a contributing factor. That Trojans' defense is stellar, and they play physical as well. Could very well be a factor of the offensive game plan changing.
Just very interesting, especially so early on in a game. You don't typically see a switch up and a whole offensive identity.
Miles Johnson, number 1, with the ball now, with about 20 seconds left to go in the first. Trojans up 2-1.
Trojans want to see if they can get a quick strike, but you got to go now.
Yeah, wow. The Jesuit defense stifling that last Oak Ridge attack before the quarter ends. And at the end of the first quarter, the Trojans hold a tight lead, 2-1. We had a little bit of a scuffle at the end there. Over on the left side, a flag was thrown. Ref able to break it up. And as we head to the second quarter, the Trojans hold a mere 1-point lead, 2-1. We'll see you in the next 12 minutes of action here on Trojan Pride Network. We're back. Second quarter action here on Trojan Pride Sports Marketing Live on YouTube. Oak Ridge Trojans, men's varsity lacrosse. Oak Ridge Trojans and Jesuit Marauders playing here tonight. Sacramento's second and third best team in the region. Trojans at home are the number 3 ranked team in the region. Jesuit just ahead of them in second in the Sacramento area. The Trojans 5-3 on the year. 3-1 in league play in the Sierra Foothill League. Jesuit just a tad better on the record score sheet. They're 6-1 with a 4-1 record in the Sierra Foothill League. Second, Jesuit is in the standings. Oak Ridge at third, 4-1 and 3-1 respectively. Both of their losses, both teams' only loss in league, coming to the undefeated 5-0 Whitney Wildcats. If you're just joining us, Whitney took the lead early in this one, 1-0. The Trojans have clapped back 2-1, but we just have our second tie of the game. 2-2 now is the score. 2-2 is the score from way outside. Jesuit able to cash in. It's now 2-2. As I was just saying, the Trojans were up 2-1. Jesuit able to put another goal in, and they tied up 2-2.
Well, it feels like a little bit of deja vu because we just saw an early score in the last quarter. The Marauders come out hot once again, putting a point on the board. As we saw the first time around, though, they were not able to score again afterwards. Trojans also just looked off defensively.
Yeah, that was a sloppy first 30 seconds of play. And they scored within the first 2 minutes of the first, as you just said, Tristan. Coming in just a tad slow to the first couple seconds. Oak Ridge, they take a timeout. Wow. Oak Ridge takes a timeout with just over 30 seconds played in the second quarter. If you like what you see here from Trojan Pride Sports Marketing Live on YouTube, we just did our first baseball and softball streams of the year. Baseball versus this very Jesuit Marauder team on Tuesday. Yesterday, we live broadcasted softball versus Rockland. Next week, we've got women's lacrosse versus Folsom. That's Tuesday night. Tuesday the 24th at 7:15 p.m. Check that out. Oak Ridge Folsom anytime those two teams play. It's a must-see and a must-watch game. That'll be next Tuesday, the 24th at 7:15 p.m. Trojan Pride Sports Marketing Live on YouTube. And you can check out our prior broadcasts as well. Go watch, if you haven't seen them, go watch our baseball and softball streams yesterday and the day before. We'll have more softball and baseball streams coming to you later this year. Of course, the men's lacrosse team. We got women's lacrosse as well. And men's volleyball. Men's volleyball just started just a couple weeks ago. Actually, our first spring broadcast was men's volleyball. We're going to get that soon as well. We got lots of sports on our schedule in the spring season. Check us out. Trojan Pride Sports Marketing Live on YouTube.
And exciting as we get back to play. Both teams will be refielding after the Oak Ridge timeout. Oak Ridge gets possession.
Number 20, Joaquin Hudgens with the ball right now for the Trojans. Trojans moving around. Number 25, Ryan Conneroli now finds a teammate, number 3, Eli White. Now number 18, Jake Dawson. But it looks like they're going to turn it over maybe on a foul or a penalty. Jesuit immediately able to scoop it up. Number 33, Colin Lee. We've seen him make some important appearances here tonight for the Marauders. 2-2 is the score with 10.5 to go in the first half of action.
Yeah, once again, Jesuits just staying outside to the perimeter. They're running around a lot, so you're still seeing a little bit of their offensive identity, but just looks very different from the way they started. The Trojans will now get the ball back. Brett Roberts is carving it up on the sideline.
Yeah, sticks fly, but nothing can stop him. He runs through 3 defenders.
And if you know him on the field, you know that he does not go down easily. He just tried to power through that, ended up losing the ball in the process. Marauders regain possession.
Yeah, Brett Roberts running down the right sideline, beat 3 of them one at a time, but then he ran into 4 jerseys at once. Unfortunately, lost the ball, but the Trojans right back in action. Number 18, Jake Dawson now with the ball. Now Ryan Conneroli.
And you got to love the John Wick kind of mentality of no one can take me down, but at the same time, you got to remember your teammates. You can't give it up like that.
Exactly.
Trojans still looking around, trying to get a little bit of anything. Marauders tied on defense.
Move inside. Joaquin Hudges. Wow. Bang. From outside the blue circle. Number 20. Joaquin Hudgens takes the lead. Breaks the ice for the Oak Ridge Trojans. It's 3-2. Trojans lead it once again. 3-2 with 8:46 to go. Joaquin Hudges with a left-handed screamer from outside the blue circle.
Joaquin Hudgens now joins the board. The love has been shared so far for the Trojans. 3 points on the board, 3 individual players scoring said points. Fantastic in this showing so far. Playing as a team, for sure.
Yeah, they're moving the ball around. They're playing exactly how they want to here today, and they've already cashed in 3 and looking for more.
The Marauders slowing the tempo. Once again, we'll keep bringing it up.
Number 33, Colin Lee, loses possession. Miles Johnson, flag flies. Trojans moving it around very quickly. Now ball on the ground, scrambling for it, picked up by a Trojan. Now number 3, Eli White, with possession.
Both teams continuing their movement. The Oak Ridge Trojans, again, so good at surveying that perimeter. But the Marauders will not give anything up. They may not be as physical as the Trojans, but they sure do have the footwork and technique to keep up with them. Certainly staying right where they need to be.
Another flag flies.
Looks like it was a block by the goalie. Flag flies.
Yeah, we got lots of subs for the Trojans. Jesuit as well taking the advantage to put some substitutes in to switch players in and out. 1 minute penalty for number 33, Colin Lee. Alameda now swings it over. The double step, and it is good. Wow, Jake Dawson. The double pump and a swing on the left side. Down low, gets by the keeper. It's now 4-2 Oak Ridge Trojans. Lead it by 2 with 7:21 left to go in the second quarter. That's a great look from the Trojans. That's what they want every possession to look like. Take their time, find a hole in the defense, and cash in.
And that was absolutely textbook. I mean, you want to take a clip of their offensive identity and just put it on a poster. There you go. That was exactly it. Surveyed the perimeter for a long while, kept controlling the ball where they wanted it to go, and take a flashy shot, get it into the goal. Will not be denied. Trojans pushing forward 4-2. Now they regain their possession once again, have a chance to put more points on the board.
Dom Mancinelli able to win the ball from a marauder there. Now Trojans control possession. Ryan Carnaroli with the ball now for the blue and gold. Now he goes behind.
The Trojans cannot let themselves get too comfortable here. They may be up by 2 on the scoreboard, but certainly very easy to come back in these kinds of games, especially this caliber opponent. The Marauders so good. Offensively, you know they can score quickly. We've seen it in 2 quarters almost immediately. It's like you blink your eyes and they're in there. Trojans got to stay to their true identity on defense, which is physicality to a T.
Yeah, and they have since that first 30 seconds and those first 2 minutes in the first quarter. They've been able really to have most of the possession, which has led to not a lot of Jesuit opportunities. They finally are able to get the ball down here once again. Besides those quick early goals for Jesuit, they haven't had much otherwise. Oh, that one, a heater. Tomahawk it looked like, but Nick Brown denies it.
Nick Brown has been on fire this game. He has not allowed anything besides those 2 shots into his goal. He is manning his post. Trojans stay true to the identity. Continue to just waltz around the perimeter. Find something, anything. Merce, we're watching 2 high-caliber teams. We're watching teams that match up very well with each other. Very different identities. They both play their identities super well. Why are we seeing the Trojans double the score of the Marauders so far in this game? What's been the real takeaway that the Marauders should do better in the second half and second quarter?
Well, as we've seen and as I just started to talk about, the Trojans lately in this second quarter have had most of the possession, and that benefits them very well. They've had the ball in Jesuit's defending third, in Oak Ridge's attacking third, most of this second quarter, and, you know, the last part of the first quarter too. Jesuit is not going to be able to put in goals if they just don't have the ball. Simply put, the Trojans have been able to dominate possession besides those first, 30 seconds. And I think it's showing on the scoreboard right now because, as you just said, both these teams are really good on paper, but the Trojans have been able to slow it down, play their game, and keep possession, which is shown on the scoreboard.
Both teams just able to fire off whenever they need to be. It's like lightning in a bottle for both. Obviously, the Trojans maybe get to that lightning a little slower than the Marauders do, but once they hit, they don't stop. They've been relentless in many games. That's why you see the point differential so high. But the Marauders are able to get it out quicker. Potentially they could use that to their advantage if they're able to use their speed again.
Trojans try to double the keeper. They get it out, though. Double again. Ball on the ground. Scooped up by Marauder. That's number 36, J.P. Mullen. Trojans finally able to win it, though. Quickly running down the side. Now in the middle, Pratt. Evan Pratt with a spinning shot that hits the ground and then hits the net. That was a beautiful possession by the Trojans. And it ends in an Evan Pratt goal. Pushes the lead to 3 now for the Trojans. Very, very good possession by the Oak Ridge Trojans. Defense to a quick transitional goal. Executed to perfection. It's a great look. And it ends in an Oak Ridge Trojans and an Evan Pratt goal.
And Merce, like I was saying earlier, when you look at all the players that have scored goals, what is the first thing that you notice?
Every player, or every goal, really every goal has been scored by a different player. They're moving the ball around.
Absolutely, and I'm sure those assist numbers for other players are dialing it up here. Absolutely love to see a team getting everyone in. All hands on deck here on the Oak Ridge Field in El Dorado Hills. Trojans scored more points in the second quarter than they did in the first. They have been on a 3-1 run
And
in
there's
the
4.
second, and we
there's
get it.
4. Jake Dawson, his second of the night. No longer that fun fact, but I think the Trojans will take it. They add their 6th as Dawson adds his 2nd of the night. The Trojans on fire. Trojans on a 3-1 lead. As you said that, Tristan, they cash in for a 4th in the quarter. Now a 4-1 run for the Trojans.
We know the Trojans are very good at muddying games. They're able to take it and immediately run away with it, leaving their opponent in the dust, seeming to be what they're trying to do here tonight. They are just relentless on the offensive end.
Dominic Mancinelli again with a great defensive stand and a good pass, but a great stop as well. That looked really good off the hand from Mancinelli in the middle. But a great stop by Jesuit's very own number 99, Tyler Reynolds.
Maybe a little bit to spot, but the Trojans were able to get the ball back, and then the Marauders stole it, and then on a pass, Trojans got it back once again in quick succession.
Yeah, the Trojans, if they lose it, as we've been talking about, the possession game, there's a great example. They win that right back, and they're back to where they were sitting very pretty. Lead 4 with 1:30 left to go in the first half of action.
Merce, you weren't even done with your sentence when that all started happening.
I wasn't. No, you're right.
Blink of an eye, you look away and you miss it.
Yep.
Trojans sticking to their nature.
There's a great save.
That time there, not necessarily what they always do. Found no opening and just decided, why the heck not? Let's shoot for the goal.
And it wasn't a bad attempt either, but Tyler Reynolds with an absolute stunner. Great save from 99.
Trojans still controlling it.
Woo! That was pretty. That was pretty. Number 26, Evan Pratt, once again. Wow. I look to the left. I come back to the right, and the Trojans in the goalie box swinging for the fences, and it ends in another Trojan goal. Now 7-2, Evan Pratt with his 2nd of the night.
Well, if we won't get any more spread, we might as well see players starting to double up on their already goals. We saw Jake Dawson score the 4th and 6th goal, and now we're seeing Evan Pratt with the 5th and 7th. Other than that, it is a 1-to-1 spread for Jax Alameda, Dominic Mancinelli, and Joaquin Hudgens.
Yeah, and there's Mancinelli right there, scooping up the ball for the blue and gold with 42 to go in the first half, and the Trojans take a timeout with 42 seconds left to go. The Trojans up 7-5 right now. 7-2, a 5-point lead for the Trojans. They're dominating right now. We'll see you back for the last 42 seconds of the half here on Trojan Pride Network. We are back after the timeout for the last 42 seconds of the first half between the Oak Ridge Trojans and the Jesuit Marauders. If you're just joining us, Jesuit, with the first goal of the game, looked like they could maybe run away with it, but the Trojans have jumped back into the lead and have a large margin. Since that first goal we've seen tonight, the Trojans have outscored Jesuit 7-1 since that first goal about 2 minutes into the game. Trojans have outscored them 7-1.
And just so you don't have to flash away over to ESPN, a quick checkup on some of the March Madness games. We have Illinois over Penn, 40-30. Georgia currently losing to St. Louis. Hope you didn't have them on your bracket.
Yeah, we don't like that.
42-28.
Oh, no. Both of us have Georgia winning. That's not good.
Big time. And then Houston dominating over Idaho, 42-20. And with a quick wrap-up, Gonzaga losing to Kennesaw State, 18-15. Pretty early in that game. Still too early to call. We will check up on those a little bit later tonight, but we will go back to lacrosse.
0.1 left on the first half clock. You wonder if they're just going to wind that. They pull it way into the air. And that is the end of the first half horn. The Trojans lead it at home 7-5. A 5-point deficit separates the blue and gold and the red Marauders. We got a 10-minute halftime, and we'll be back for third and fourth quarter action here on Trojan Pride Sports Marketing, Jesuit Marauders and Oak Ridge Trojans, men's varsity lacrosse. We are back. Second half action here at Oak Ridge High School, El Dorado Hills, California. Oak Ridge Varsity men's lacrosse. They're playing the Jesuit Marauders as we enter the second half. The Oak Ridge Trojans lead 7-2. My name is Murcielago Del Dotto. I got now Tommy Johnstone on the second mic. Tommy, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, Merce. This lacrosse game has been very exciting. Started off as pretty even matching, but Trojans are slowly pulling away with a 5-point lead currently.
Yeah, the Trojans just playing their game, been able to slow down, take possession, take control, and have a 5-point lead at halftime as we roll into the second half.
The Jesuit Marauders starting off strong here, pushing forward and making the Oak Ridge defense be on their toes to start off the quarter. Within the first minute, they've at least taken 2 shots on goal.
Colin Lee, number 33, for Jesuit with the ball right now. Nice move inside. The long shot is up and good. Colin Lee cashes in, and another first goal of the quarter within a minute and a half of the quarter starting. We've seen it. Jesuit within the first 2 minutes or so of each of the 3 quarters so far today. Jesuit has been able to knock one in. Score now 7-3. Trojans lead back down to just 4. Number 29, Luke Vermette, in now as goalie for the Oak Ridge Trojans.
The Trojans seem to be having a problem keeping their legs warm during the quarter breaks, so need to work on that. Jesuit steals the ball from Oak Ridge.
On the left side, ball on the ground. Trojans able to scoop it up, but sticks are flying. Jesuit able to come out of it with the possession.
Will Yoder getting in there.
Jesuit flying around. Now Lee again, driving inside. Check twice, once. That one wide. Luke Vermette with a good save for the Trojans. Dom Mancinelli in there as well with physical defense. We've seen that defensive stand multiple times from him tonight. Ball goes out of bounds. Trojans ball, turnover. Number 18, Jake Dawson, checks in now for the Trojans. And number 27, Blake Switchlick. In for Jesuit. Number 13, Ty Gonzalez with the ball right now for the Trojans. We saw him get knocked down by a Jesuit defender early in this game, but he's up, moving around and back in the game for the Trojans. Love to see that. 9 minutes, 3 minutes played in the third quarter, 9 to go. The Trojans hold a 4-point lead. Jesuit, within a minute and a half of the third quarter, score their third of the night. The Trojans since then.
Miles Johnson having to back up, pass it in.
Number 3, Eli White, now with the ball. Alameda sets a screen.
White
running.
with the shot.
Wow!
It's
Wow! Eli White running from behind the goal to the right side. A hook shot, if you call. Eli White, holy cow, pushes the Oak Ridge Trojans back up to a 5-point advantage. 8-3 is the current score. The Oak Ridge Trojans up 8-3 with 8:37 left to go in the third quarter. The Oak Ridge Trojans 5-3, on the year. 3-1 in league play. California 28, Sacramento 3. They've won 3 in a row. Their past 3 wins, Del Oro, Rockland, and Davis. Davis being their last game they played. A 15-4 win on March 17th. Their last loss coming to Monte Vista. 5-4 was the score back on the 7th of March. Their next game versus Vista Saturday. Vista 2 p.m. Vista Del Lago. Oak Ridge Trojans played in Folsom. Next time these two teams play, April 21st. So we got about a month from now till these two teams face off again.
Ford Long with the shot. Official call it out.
Both these teams play in the Sierra Foothill League, the SFL. Both teams 1 loss on the year, 4-1 Jesuit.
Jesuit calls a timeout.
3-1 Oak Ridge Trojans. Both of their only losses in league coming to the Whitney Wildcats. Whitney 5-0 leading the SFL right now. As I said, Jesuit 2, Oak Ridge 3. The winner of this game moves to second in the SFL. Granite Bay closely behind, though, at the same record, 3-1. Granite Bay in 4th, Del Oro in 5th, 2-3. We got Davis and Folsom at 1-4, and Rockland 0-5 rounds out the SFL table. Jesuit 6-1 on the year. They're nationally ranked 47, California 14. They haven't been able to show up to those remarks yet here tonight. Sacramento Region's second best team. Closely behind them, the Trojans are ranked 3rd in the Sacramento region. Jesuit, their one and only loss on the year came on the 12th of March at Whitney. They lost 15-6. Their last game, though, coming against Del Oro, a 9-7 win versus the Golden Eagles. Their next matchup for the Marauders is the Rockland Thunder on the 26th. 26th, Rockland Thunder is their next game. That'll be on Thursday. Jesuit averaging 10.5 goals per game this season, but through 2.5 quarters, they've only scored 3. We resume play after the Jesuit timeout. Oak Ridge still holds a 5-point lead with 7:30 left to go in the third quarter. Colin Lee with the pass for Jesuit. That one just a bit high, but his teammate, number 19, Rhett Kincaid, able to scoop that one up. Running shot, but saved. A great save from Luke Vermette. Calmly stands in his position and able to shut that one down. Bodies fly on the near side of your screen. The Trojans and number 19 come out with the ball flying on the other side. Shot goes.
Eli White with the ball.
Nate K, number 19, with the shot, couldn't go. And now the Trojans in white hold it. Tight defense from Jesuit.
Ford Long with the ball, trying to make his way through a hole, but cannot find one. The great Jesuit defense by Cashton Koss.
Now Joaquin Hodges, as he checks into the game and immediately finds the ball. Trojans moving around the perimeter, around the goal now, behind it. Alameda circles, trying to find a hole in the Jesuit defense, but he can't. Trojans playing their game, hold a 5-point lead. Using all the time they need. Ford Long with a nice move to get inside. Now back up to the middle, but it's loose. Fight for the scoop, and Carnaroli able to scoot up for the Trojans, but that one goes out of bounds. Now number 27 for Jesuit, number 27, Switlick. Able to grab it for Jesuit. Jesuit, again, since that first goal, about the first minute and a half of the third quarter, we haven't seen much from their offense. Couple shot here and there, but Vermette and the Trojans defense been able to shut down Jesuit's attack since the early part of the third quarter.
Cornack getting pushed around by Oak Ridge's number 7, Dominic Manicelli.
That one, stick.
Shot on goal, but blocked.
Yeah, Brett Roberts now soaring down the field. That's a good pass. Now number 23, Noah Price with an open lane. Forward long, but ball is high. Goes out of bounds, and Jesuit's going to have possession. It was a good look from the Trojans, but an even better defensive possession. Quickly, it went from Oak Ridge's goal across the middle of the field to the Jesuit attacking, positioning. But the Marauders defense able to hold strong.
And Noah Price will be visiting the box for the Trojans.
Ball on the ground, scooped up by number 22, Alani Kiana.
Sorry, excuse me, Price will not be serving time in the box.
Both teams screaming out orders for their players. Flag flies in the middle of the field, rounding around. Number 31, Alex Baltazar with the ball now. Now he dishes it off. 19 now, Kincaid. Good pass, but it's high, just high. And goes over the head of a Jesuit player. And the Oak Ridge Trojans are going to hold position. Will Yoder, number 27, is going to get the flag.
Yoder's been playing great defense for the Trojans tonight. See if Jesuit capitalizes on his absence.
We got 3:16 left in the third quarter. Number 9 now, Cornack. Had the first goal for Jesuit. Can he look for a fourth? 8-3 still the score. Only one goal scored in the third, and it was by a Jesuit Marauder, and another one for the Marauders. That's number 33, Colin Lee. We've been talking about him all night. He adds another goal to his season resume, now with 14 goals on the year. 14 goals on the year for Lee, and now cut back down to a 4-goal lead. And I think I was wrong on a stat. The Trojans have scored. They've scored one in this quarter. 7-2 was the halftime score, now 8-4. Jesuit winning this quarter 2-1, but still down 4 across the game. Joaquin Hudges now sprinting down the middle of the field.
Dawson makes a move inside, goes for the shot.
Wow!
Through the goalie's legs.
Jake
And in.
Dawson from way outside. Holy cow. Bottom left corner. That's in for Jake Dawson, his third of the night and the Trojans' ninth. 9-4 now the current score. Jesuit scores their fourth. Within about a minute, the Trojans answer right back, 9-4. Trojans still holding a 5-point advantage. Trojans 9, Marauders 4. Looking at the NBA, we had Lakers play tonight. Luka Doncic, one of the star-studded players for LA. He put up 60. He had a 60 bomb tonight. Was not quite as much as Bam Adebayo just last week, but Luka Doncic was 60. Him and the Lakers are showing out. Talking about the NBA as well, the hometown Sacramento Kings play the Philadelphia 76ers. Start of the third quarter, Philly is up 71-67. Lakers coincidentally played the Heat, so Luka put up 60 against the guy who put up 83 just a week ago.
Yeah, the 83 incident did not seem like a week ago. That seems like that happened 2 weeks ago at least. But time is weird like that sometimes.
It
where
is.
Things just feel like they were so long ago.
Yeah, 60 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists, and an 8-point win, 134-126. LA versus Miami. We got 1 minute left in the third quarter. 9-4 is the score. That one inside. That's great movement, but an even better save by Vermette.
Jesuit trying to capitalize before quarter goes out.
We had a flag on the field. Some parents didn't like it. 24 seconds left now. Mancinelli with a great defensive stand.
Cornack with the ball for Jesuit. 15 seconds.
31 now. Baltazar swings it around. 8 seconds now. They got to get off a shot at some point. There it is, but a great save. And that one with 2-1.
They will save it with 1 second left. Clock will stop.
Great save by Luke Vermette. Even better as well. He let that roll behind the goal. Wasted a couple more seconds. Now only 1.1 left on the clock. Not sure if Jesuit can do anything here. And they'll just let it go.
Mancinelli will sit in the box for Oak Ridge. Whoa.
That'll
Brett
wind
Roberts
the clock.
Gets a little bit heated at the end of the quarter.
Nevertheless, don't think anything happened there. Roberts getting a talking to from his coach. 9-4 is the score at the end of 3. The Trojans at home hold a 5-point lead on California's 14th best team, the Jesuit Marauders. We'll see you back here for fourth quarter action here on Trojan Pride Sports Network. We are back. Fourth quarter action here. El Dorado Hills, California, Oak Ridge High School. We got men's varsity lacrosse right now. Wow! Early action and an amazing save by Vermette. Couldn't even get my first sentence out introducing the fourth quarter. The Trojans up by 5. Jesuit has been struggling today.
Let's see if the Trojans can wake up on defense starting this quarter. See if they stayed warm.
The Trojans starting the season not as much success as they would like. 5-3 is their record. They've won 3 in a row. Their last loss coming on the 7th to Monte Vista. 3 in a row. Those wins consisting against Del Oro, Rockland, and their last game coming against Davis. They won 15-4. This team early in the season played some heavy hitters. De La Salle, as we just said, Monte Vista. Those 2 losses right there. In league play, they're 3-1. So the teams that they play regularly, they're playing really good.
Lockdown defense.
That's a shot, but a great save by Vermette again. Again, number 29, Luke Vermette, shuts down the Jesuit attack. 10:55 left to go in the game here tonight. Trojans up 5. Looking for that first quick Jesuit score. Their 4 goals, their 3 of their 4 goals.
Blocked by Vermette.
Holy cow, dude, I can't get out a sentence without talking about Luke. He's got another shot here. That one finally able to go in. Vermette finally gives up his straw. Vermette had back-to-back saves, athletic ones at that. Jesuit finally able to cash one in the 4th. 4 out of their 5 goals here tonight have been in the first minute and a half or 2 minutes or so of each quarter. It seems like the Trojans have started slow in each quarter. Only 1 other goal from Jesuit coming in the late section of the 3rd quarter. It was. After those first 2 minutes, though, the Trojans have been able to settle down, play their game, keep possession, and it shows as the Trojans now have a 4-point lead on the scoreboard. 9-5 is the score right now. Could be a lot less than that. Luke Vermette had a couple great saves and a short time span there in the first 30 seconds or so. Finally, Jesuit able to punch it in. 9-5 is the score now with 10:10 left to go in the game. Oak Ridge down on their side. Jake Dawson.
Over Hudgens' head. Gonzalez tries to get in there.
Looking a little bit at March Madness, day 1 of March Madness. The tournament just kicked off this morning. Currently, we got a tight game. Gonzaga, Kennesaw State, 33-27. That one at halftime. An upset alert, 67-32. St. Louis over Georgia. Georgia getting blown out. St. Louis, the 9 seed, just shelling the Georgia Bulldogs. That's a big upset. Really a big deficit as well.
Will Yoder.
We'll keep checking in on March Madness, but back to men's varsity lacrosse, Oak Ridge Trojans and Jesuit Marauders.
Vermette, the lockdown defense, passes it 40 yards.
Wow, yeah, what a pass. Now Dom Mancinelli on the other side. The shot, no, he just pulls away. No shot.
Hudgens with the ball at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, now Ryan Carnaroli checks in and has possession of the ball. On the far left sideline now. They move it back into the middle. The Oak Ridge Trojans up 4 have been really dominating the possession all game here tonight, and that's why they've had that 4-point advantage throughout the game. Took the lead. It was 7-2 at halftime. Since then,
Dawson
hasn't really gone much between 4 and 5.
passes inside to Hudgens. Hudgens takes a shot, but it's blocked.
Yeah, that's a good save from number 35, Gabriel Pearsall. Gabriel Pearsall.
Flag is thrown, and
Jesuit trying to find something, but they can't. Now on the other side, Jesuit's got to take their time. They still have 7.5 minutes, only down 4. They've got plenty of time to get back in this one.
Noah Price racing to the ball, scoops it. Oh, the head goes flying off of a Jesuit attacker's stick.
Wow, that's a lucky break for Jesuit, as Noah Price was running down the left sideline with nothing but turf in front of him. Noah Price looking as he's limping. Hope to see he's okay. He took a rough shot. I think that was one of the attributes of the stick breaking. Noah Price took one right to the shin. That's always a stinger, especially when those sticks are flying at full power. Hope to see Noah Price okay. That one will leave a bruise.
Carnaroli also serving time in the box.
Seven minutes left in this one. Jesuit still down 4. Possibly looking to cut it down to 3. That one's loose. Mancinelli on the run. 2 Marauders coming in. Lowers the shoulder.
Mancinelli dives. It's on the ground. Gets back up. Quick recovery.
Yeah,
Back under defense.
Jesuit able to scoop that one up.
Yoder.
Looked like Mancinelli could have got that, but his shoulder winds him down. Wow! Holy cow!
Wow, and it's blocked by Vermette.
That one a bang bang play. Number 33, Colin Lee, with way outside. He takes the shot. Vermette able to get something on it. Sends it out the back. Another
Lee looks
one.
for another shot.
That one
Far
wide
right.
as well. Same shot, same result. 9-5 the score. 6:30.
Shot blocked by Vermette.
Wow!
And tossed it
Vermette.
to Johnson at midfield.
What a
Johnson sprinting
save.
down, nothing but green grass and teammates.
Vermette, what a save, and a pass as well.
Jesuit
He's a
defender
baller
breaks it
back
up.
there.
Jesuit back on the offensive.
Vermette, he's got that quick pop-up capability of being able to save close-to-close bang-bang plays and sends it to his teammate halfway down the field. Perfect pass. Vermette's balling right now. 9-5 is the score. 5:45 to go. Jesuits got to look to cut down that lead soon. That's a good move inside. A second pass, a third. Good spin. Here's an opportunity for Jesuit. That one skied high.
Vermette making a good effort, but ref will rule it as Jesuit's ball. Oh, stolen.
Wow.
Picked
Out of the
off.
air. Out of the air. Oh, no. Another rolling though.
Pass a little bit too low for Mancinelli to recover. Mancinelli making good strikes here.
Yeah, number
Oh,
19, Nate
Yoder
K.
to
scooped
scoop
it.
up. To Vermette. Vermette with the ball. Passes it down to Johnson. Johnson passes it midfield.
He's got open turf now.
Vanderwall. Vanderwall to shoot.
That
Oh,
one's
it's
high.
far left.
Van Vanderwall with the rip. We got the backup. Oak Ridge possession.
Oak Ridge.
Eli White with the ball.
Yeah, the Trojans are able to work it down the other side after some close calls. They're able to send it back down, take their time now with 4:40 left to go. The Trojans just look to wind this clock down, be able to get out of here with a W. Eli White running to the right. Good pass and catch. Now White has an opportunity. Left-handed strike. Blocked. Jake Dawson able to secure it up. Back for the Trojans. 4:10 left to go now in the game. Trojans just want to keep possession. Use as much time on that clock as possible. Double team in the middle. Ball's loose. It's scooped up by Jesuit.
Hot on the defensive. Oh, great.
Wow, what a catch, yeah.
Great
They
catch.
look to
with
knock
the
that
goalie
out of the stick. Knock it out of the stick, but whistles blow, and Jesuit calls a timeout before they are able to do so. The Marauders call a timeout with 3:40 left to go. That's a great timeout. The Trojans were looking to whack that ball out of the stick, and with the goalie fighting in that circle, the goal was empty. It's a great timeout from Jesuit. They got to start clicking, though. Down 4 with 3:40 left to go in the game. They got to start looking for opportunities. We'll see you back after the timeout here on Trojan Pride Network. We're back after the timeout. 3:40 left to go in the matchup here tonight. The Oak Ridge Trojans 5-3 record, 3-1 in the SFL. Jesuit coming into today with a 6-1 record, 4-1 in league. Both these teams tied for second in league. Whoever can win this game today would take firm stance of second in league. Both teams' one and only loss coming to the Whitney Wildcats. Whitney 5-0 in league play. Jesuit at 4-1, Oak Ridge 3-1, with Granite Bay right behind them at 3-1 as well. Jesuit takes a timeout with just over 3 minutes to go, down 4. They're going to have to do something, and it's got to be quick. They've got to look to cut this lead down. Ben Vanderwall able to turn, get the Jesuit Marauders to turn it over. Dom Mancinelli now sprinting down the side. Now in the middle.
Pass the
Ball's
ball,
loose.
Scoop it. Jesuit gets it. Jesuit's goalie with the ball, passed it up. Ankles.
Yeah, that's a nice move to get in space. Number 18, Koss. He's got 3 goals on the year. They'd like him to make an appearance here tonight.
Wilson looking for a shot inside.
That's good defense and a great save as well. That one goes super wide off the stick of Vermette.
Luke Vermette meets him like a brick wall in front of the goal. Miles Johnson with the ball to pass it in. Vanderwall is to pass. Gets it off. Dawson Shoots.
Oh, that one just wide. Jake Dawson with a great look. Ryan Carnaroli immediately there to scoop it up. And the Trojans now call a timeout. The Oak Ridge Trojans with 1:50 to go can just hold on to that ball. And it looks like they'll be able to secure the W here tonight against the league number 2 seed Jesuit Marauders. As we look ahead a little bit more towards March Madness, day 1 of March Madness started today. Number 2, Houston, up 59-33 on 15 Idaho. Like that, I picked Houston to go a long way in my bracket. Gonzaga up 9 right now on Kent State, 42-33. Upset continues into the middle of the second half. St. Louis 76, Georgia 43. That is it for the live games right now. Big upset, number 11 Texas beats number 6 BYU. I like that result. I want the Kings to draft AJ, one of the best players on BYU. Although I took Texas in the first round, and I was right. Like that call a lot. Talking about the Kings and NBA. Kings are playing right now. They're down 10 to the Philadelphia 76ers, 98-88 with 2:27 left to go in the third quarter. Giants were delayed today. They play the Rockies. They were delayed, supposed to start around 5. It was delayed about an hour. Giants top 8th inning. They're up 11-7 on the Rockies. 1 out, runners on second and third. We get closer and closer to the MLB start of the season. On Netflix, Wednesday night is MLB opening night. San Francisco Giants hosts the New York Yankees on Wednesday night for the MLB opening night. That's exciting. Love to see the Giants get some opening night action. That one live on Netflix Wednesday night. Definitely tuning in for that one.
Eli White with the ball.
1.5 minutes left here in the game. The Trojans look to hold on to the ball and advance here tonight with a win against their rival, the Marauders.
White getting double teamed with no help.
Yeah, Jesuit able to strip it, but I don't know if they're going to have enough time. 1 minute left to go. Here's a bunch of green grass.
Oh, Jesuit takes a tumble and
2 flags fly.
blow the whistle.
Ryan Carnaroli with a huge hit. Draws 2 flags.
Carnaroli for his second time in the box tonight. And we probably won't see him appear again tonight with 55 seconds left on the clock.
9-5 is the score. Jesuit, it'd have to be a miracle if they're able to pull back in this one.
4-point difference, 44 seconds left. Jesuit takes a shot, gets deflected.
Yeah, 30 seconds left. It looks like the Trojans will be able to close out the night with a W.
Good
That
shot.
one is able to go in. Henry Wilson, number 5. Just might be a little bit too late, 9-6. Henry Wilson with his 8th goal of the year as a freshman starting on varsity. Although Jesuit was able to cash one in, 3-point game with 26 to go. The Trojans look like they'll be able to close out the night with a win. They'll move their record to 6-3 overall, 4-1 in the SFL. Jesuit will fall to 6-2 and 4-2 in league. The Trojans will take that second seed spot in the SFL now, just battling with the Whitney Wildcats
See Merrick Noren
for that
taking
one spot.
the face-off. Will Yoder, the shutdown defense. Pass it inside. Oh, the ball's in.
Wow.
With 11.4 seconds left on the clock.
That's number 27 for the Marauders, Switlick. 9-7 is the score with 11:4 to go. I think it just will be a tad too little too late. But man, where did this come from Jesuit?
The 2-point difference. The Trojans got it in their head that the game's won already, but that's not true. There's still 11 seconds left on the clock. They got to stay locked in. Be Oak Ridge's ball.
Yeah, and
Eli White.
that will seal.
Eli White will run away as fast as he can.
Yeah, that one will seal the deal as we got 4 seconds left on the
Chucks it
clock.
across the field.
The Oak
With
Ridge
a
Trojans.
second left, the clock stops.
Oh man, that's a tough break.
Now, it is impossible for Jesuit to win, but a point here would be funny.
There it is, the end of the game. The Trojans 9, the Jesuit Marauders 7. The Trojans push their record to 6-3 overall, 4-1 in league. Jesuit falls to 6-2 with a 4-2 record in league play. What a game! Both these teams know each other well. The Trojans come out on top, 9-7, and a thriller here tonight. Thank you everybody for watching. Caitlin, Lyndon, Tommy, Tristan, and Merce on the call for you tonight. Thank you everybody for watching. Have a good rest of your night. And as always, go Trojans!